Hey folks, Rob here from Rattlebox Games' Game Fight Show March Mayhem Tournament. We just noticed that the files for last year's finale had been corrupted. So here we are with a crisp new digitally remastered edition of the finale of the 2020 tournament, just in time for the beginning of the 2021 tournament on February 15th. Grab a fire extinguisher, because there's going to be some hot heat. Well, Brendan, here we are. You know, things are always surprising when it comes down to the goings-on in the Game Fight Show March Mayhem Tournament.
They don't call it March Predictable.
That they don't. But what I'm going to tell you is this has been a little more mayhem than we were expecting. This spring 2020 has really taken us for a loop. Almost as much of a loop as these awesome board games coming down against each other. But what it's going to mean for you and for the bracket is we're not going to be able to continue these bouts in person as we've been doing. So we're going to bring you the rest of this awesome lineup right now. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is not a test. This is not a drill. This is the real thing. You are about to hear the conclusion of the 2020 Game Fight Show. March Mayhem Tournament, brought to you by your good friends at Rattlebox Games. I'm Rob Huber, here with
Brendan Riley.
Brendan the Professor Riley.
And boy, oh boy, am I excited. We have already got, as everyone will remember, last episode, we were able to bring you the good news that Gloomhaven was able to stick it out against Castles of Burgundy. A tough loss for that classic Euro. But what a year for Gloomhaven, Brendan.
No kidding. Everybody loves those double cards. Everybody loves picking action. And everybody loves the way that that game has been kicking butt all through the bracket.
I'd crawl through glass to do that dungeon crawl. Well, I have some good news for the folks out there. We talked about Brass versus Spirit Island last show also. Mm-hmm. And we've got the results for you.
Oh, tell me. I'm on tenterhooks.
I know that you love both these games.
I do.
We all do. And it's going to be sad to see one of them have to walk away. Do you want to be the one to break the news? Who's taking the W and who's taking the night bus home?
Well, I'm pleased to report, Rob, that Brass Birmingham has beaten out Spirit Island. Oh, no. It's the triumph of industrialism over anti-colonialism. Oh, wait, that sounds bad.
Yes, it sounds very accurate, though, sadly. So yes, we've got Brendan, our semifinals here. Huh?
Oh.
We've got one half of them already determined. It's Gloomhaven versus Brass Birmingham, and I want to tell you that is one heck of a bout that we're looking forward to, but we're going to keep looking forward to that because I'm looking over on the right-hand side of the bracket there, and there's some question marks that we need to resolve.
Indeed. I think the first question mark we need to resolve is, which is better, wine or, I don't know, what do they make in Puerto Rico?
They're making rum and coffee.
Wine or rum. We got Viticulture versus Puerto Rico in bout 3 of the quarterfinals.
Well, and I actually think wine versus rum is a great way to look at this one. These are both great games. You can't tell me that Puerto Rico hasn't sort of stood the test of time, but Viticulture, that's an early outing from our friends over there at Stonemeyer Games, and it's still got some wind in its sails there. So I really do think, like wine versus rum, it sort of comes down to what you like and what you feel like, even, because I think there's plenty of overlap in the gamers that are going to enjoy either or both of these great games.
Indeed. I think the big difference probably is how much you like player versus player competitiveness. You know, Puerto Rico's got a lot of player interaction. It's got a huge loyal player base, whereas Viticulture, it's a bit newer on the scene. It's worker placement, so it's a lot more sort of passive interference with one another. And we'll just have to see how the fans come out. Both of these games have really fought their way up the bracket against some titans.
Do you want to announce to our friends which one of those took the day?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you can't, because I'm going to tell them that it was Viticulture!
Whoa!
Viticulture takes the day.
Incredible.
Puerto Rico, I think it's pretty impressive that game was still able to make it as far as it did. Viticulture, sort of a new classic of the hobby here, coming down the pike. Boy, Gloomhaven, Viticulture, and Brass.
It's going to be
a strong threesome.
Yeah,
but
semifinal.
3 is not enough. It's the loneliest number since the number 2.
No kidding.
Since the number 1, since the number 0. We're trying to figure out number 1.
Indeed. So we need to find out number 4.
Indeed.
Who's the last in the semifinals?
So what we're going to have to do is look over there and see. I see Terraforming Mars, and I see the Great Western Trail.
Ooh.
And those two are staring at each other like it's high noon in the town square.
On the Red Planet. Yeah, both of these games have really fought their way up the bracket. Terraforming Mars taking out Mansions of Madness and Twilight Struggle. But Great Western Trail, a feast for Odin, and through the ages, Great Western Trail has been punching above its weight class all day. And I think against Terraforming Mars.
Taking out none other than Vlada Chvátil.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is gonna be a rough rumble, and I'm glad that they don't ask me to vote on these things.
As all of our listeners will know, we hold ourselves to the strictest code of journalistic integrity. We don't like to give our opinions. We don't like to point people in directions, even when we do it. So what I've got here is an opportunity to bring some good news to the people of a blighted land.
Oh, bring it.
Is the blighted land the American West or the face of the red planet, Brendan? Tell the people they want to know.
Well, I'm glad to say that it's those people struggling for air, struggling to breathe free on Mars. Terraforming Mars.
Oh, Terraforming Mars takes the day.
It's beating out Great Western Trail to make it into the semifinals. Well done.
The Frylix brothers
family.
are going to be smiling today.
No
wow,
kidding.
these are 4 great games we have going up against one another. So, the final 2 bouts before we get to the final, I think you could probably call that the semifinal.
Indeed.
Those are going to be Gloomhaven versus Brass and Viticulture versus Terraforming Mars.
Oh, this is an unbelievable... I guess I had to believe it because when we started, something was going to happen like this. The huge bracket that we started with has been whittled down. Each elimination has been more painful than the last until we see.
You should see your doctor about that.
We have these 4 powerful contenders. And first up, semifinal bout number 1, Gloomhaven versus Brass.
Brendan, I happen to know that these are both games that you've gotten a lot of plays in.
No kidding.
Before. These are solid games.
Mm-hmm.
Gloomhaven, sort of a recent darling.
Mm-hmm.
It's perched there high atop the bracket on its golden throne, the number 1 position, looking down across the masses gathered below, the hoi polloi coming for it. Do you think it's going to be able to hold off Brass?
I don't know. If I were Brass, I'd be scared of the size of that box. But you might say Brass has some serious cojones coming up into the battle because, this is a time-tested game.
Unfortunately, Brendan, sometimes having big brass ones just is not enough because, Brass did not take out Gloomhaven. No, Gloomhaven crawled its way across the finish line there. Brave effort by Brass. But, anytime you're going to come up against Gloomhaven, you should be afraid.
Yeah, no kidding. Brass certainly ran out of cards and found themselves exhausted amid a crowd of black imps.
Well, the good thing, though, is there's beer.
There is beer. That's true.
Well,
so let's move on to the next match, semifinal bout number
Brendan,
2.
I don't know if I can. The excitement is so exciting.
It is incredibly exciting.
But I suppose our journalistic obligations are such that we have to press on even at this great cost to our physical well-being. All right, folks, strap in because we're looking at none other than Stonemaier Games' modern classic Viticulture going up against the Frylix brothers' delight that is a Terraforming Mars.
Ooh, this is a brutal showdown. I mean, the big question is, which of the gods do you lean toward? Is it the god of war, Mars, Terraforming Mars? Or is it the god of wine? What's that, Bacchus?
I think Bacchus certainly knows his way around a flagon.
Mm-hmm. And if there's one thing you can say about board gamers, it's that we love Bacchanalia.
that we do. Unfortunately, there is not enough love to take them through to the final round in Terraforming Mars.
Whoa!
Boom! They raised that heat. They did not suck the oxygen out of the room.
That's
and
right.
They came out on top. Ooh. Wow. That's
Thunderous.
well, so interesting here in that semifinal that we just wrapped up, having two bouts where it was Kickstarter Darling versus, conventionally published games.
Mm-hmm.
And here we have, 50-50 result. I think that sort of shows a little bit about what's going on in the state of the industry, that you don't have to come through a big publisher to make a big wave. So speaking of big waves, I mean, does it get much bigger than this final matchup of Terraforming Mars versus Gloomhaven?
It does not get bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, on one hand, you have Gloomhaven. It's so chock-a-block full of content. On the other hand, Terraforming Mars, it's a little slimmer, but then they keep releasing expansion after expansion after expansion.
No question. Like we've said earlier in the tournament here, though, I wonder, if you'd go from a perspective of components, what you get in the box. I don't know about you. My opinion, Gloomhaven it's just a more satisfying artifact.
Mm-hmm.
It feels better. I think it actually plays better. God save you if you don't have something in Terraforming Mars to keep your little cubes where they go. Because you jostle that table once and you might as well just start playing all over again.
On the other hand, when you're playing Gloomhaven, the amount of time it takes to set up and tear down that game, you could play a game of Terraforming Mars.
The number of considerations that are possible when you're looking at which one's going to come out on top here, they are many and varied. But you know what else is brass is very interesting, and so is viticulture. I want to know who's going to come out with the number 3 here.
Oh, it's the concession match. Love it.
Second runner-up. Is it going to be brass or is it going to be viticulture? Ooh, boy.
Ooh, this is a tough comparison. Brass has those 2 phases. First you have canals, then you have trains.
Yeah.
But viticulture has like mom and pop meeples. So, parentage. It's
well, in that way, having generations really is a similarity it had with Terraforming Mars from its last bout. But it's not going to be able to rest on those laurels, sir. Not at all. I'm telling you, I think this would have been an interesting final bout. What a treat to have this to decide the second runner-up. And I'm looking at the results here.
Oh, don't tell me.
Oh,
I can't take I can't take it.
And you're gonna have to, because whoa, Martin Wallace, what do you know? You're going home with the win. You are the number 3 in this whole thing. That I hope he feels that as an honor. I think all these games, even right down to the games that were eliminated in the first round, these are all winners. In my book, but grab the brass ring here.
No kidding.
Number 3 for the tournament. Whew.
That's a real win for Roxley Games. Real win for Martin Wallace, as you said, and the other designers. Congratulations to Brass.
Here.
The beer barrel wins out over the wine bottle.
Can't surprise you too much to hear that as we head into the summer. That
for sure.
Folks are feeling a little thirsty for some beer.
They are.
You know what else I'm thirsty for is winners. I am thirsty.
No kidding.
Victory. I am thirsty for news. I am thirsty to know, is it going to be Terraforming Mars or is it going to be Gloomhaven? Ooh.
It's impossible to tell. It's too tight, too close. There's no we probably just need to call it a draw and go home, Rob.
I think there are plenty of people who would be perfectly happy with that. People who love both of these games.
Oh, yeah.
Which is interesting because they aren't all that similar. Terraforming Mars, I'm going to go ahead and call it a Euro. What do you think?
It's a Euro with a decent amount of theme.
Yeah. I think the theme's very well implemented. The only reason I hedge is how thematic that is, in fact. But Gloomhaven, you can call that a Euro?
Well, no, I think that's an American-style game, but it's got those tasty Euro action cards.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean,
Ooh.
so it's such an interesting match here at the end.
Do people lean slightly more toward adventure or slightly more toward economy?
The thing is, either way, you're getting a thematic game. Either way, you're getting a game that rewards thoughtful and strategic play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wow. Just, it's a dream final matchup.
It really is.
Oh, wait. The results. They are in.
Oh, the tickers are going crazy.
Do you want me to open this envelope, or do we need to consult your cardiologist?
I think I'll be okay. But the people, Rob, they're on tenterhooks.
Oh, well, that isn't safe. I hope you sterilize those. But I'm going to go ahead and open this. And the winner is... Care to venture a guess? Doesn't matter, because I'm going to tell you. It's Terraforming Mars.
Terraforming Mars.
Oh, congratulations to the Frylix brothers.
Whoa.
And
Hot damn.
just such a well-earned win.
Wow.
Oh,
amazing.
Wow. You know what? That it made it to the final round does not surprise me at all. Does not surprise me at all. Went up against some really great games.
Really did.
But that it won, I'm
Fought
gonna
like a
tell
champ
you,
all the way through.
Now that it's done, I'll tell you, I'm a little surprised that it was able to beat Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven has been at the top of the Board Game Geek ranks for ages.
It has. I don't know how to explain it. You know, every game's got its high days and every game's got its low days. Terraforming Mars came out to win. Maybe Gloomhaven was having a long rest and they just didn't get the right combination of cards into play.
There you go.
It also could just be the people listening to the votes here.
Yeah.
Leaning a little more Marsward these days. Science is in.
Oh, true that. I want to thank all of the wonderful designers.
Thank you.
Artists, publishers,
Thank you.
marketers,
Thank
game
you.
stores,
Thank you.
reviewers.
Thank you.
And extra special thanks to all of the expert guest commentators who joined us along the way.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
But you know who I want to thank the most right now, in this moment? I want to thank the voters and you, the good listener. Thank you for sticking with us through this super exciting tournament. We're sorry that we couldn't bring you the finale spectacular that we had planned. You know, if that didn't get your pulse pounding to have that final bout of Terraforming Mars versus Gloomhaven, then you need to see your cardiologist.
This just in, you may be dead.
Well, the other thing you need to see is us again next year. Look for us around somewhere in mid-February. We're going to come back with another game fight show, March Mayhem tournament. You never know. But if we've proven anything this spring, it's that you just never know.
You just never know.
What you do know is we here at Rattlebox Games, we here at Game Fight Show, thank you for participating and listening to the March Mayhem tournament. Congratulations to Terraforming Mars for taking the big W.
Well done.
We'll see you back here next February. For now, I'm Rob Huber, here with
Brendan the Professor Riley.
Brendan the Professor Riley.
And Eleanor Huber, too.
Until we meet again, please remember to take better care of yourselves and one another than your games. And believe me when I say, we here at Rattlebox Games know that you've got this.
Brought to you by Rattlebox Games.
So, yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So Viticulture took out War of the Ring, Blood Rage, and Puerto Rico in the end, right? But not yet. It hasn't taken out Puerto Rico yet. Okay. So we need something like this. We're pretending we did it last year.
No, I thought my voices are too different. Okay.
All right.
Yay.
All right. All right. That's what I think. I propose. Until next February. So here, let me keep gaming. Invite you, whatever, to my yes.
That should be the end of it. I was just laughing at you saying keep
1 second.
gaming stinkhole.
Audacity down here, so
Keep
I can
gaming, stinkhole.
keep an eye on it. I can look at the bracket.
Okay.
Hey, folks, sorry to
Stop
intrude on your.
Okay.
Wait.
In a good way.
All right.
I'm recording my backup and I'm recording my main recording thing.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I'm set.
I can always solo in if I need to tweak that a little.
Okay. Yep. The last that one I posted, the bracket final, which for some reason I left the word blank in, so it's blank bracket final. Oops. Is the file name. Mm-hmm. Yep. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So as we record this, are we doing it as though we're doing the episode about viticulture versus Puerto Rico, then we pause, then do the episode about, we're doing one episode to encapsulate the entire rest
On
of
the other hand, when you're playing Gloomhaven, the amount of time it takes
Yeah.
to set up and tear down that game, you could play a game of Terraforming Mars. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, it's the concession match. Love it. Ooh, this is a tough comparison. You know, Brass has those two phases. First you have canals, then you have trains. But Viticulture has like mom and pop meeples. So, you know, parentage. It's... Mm-hmm. Oh, don't tell me. I can't take it. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No kidding. That's a real win for Roxley Games, real win for Martin Wallace, as you said, and the other designers. Congratulations to Brass. The beer barrel wins out over the wine bottle. for sure. Yeah. They are. No kidding. It's impossible to tell. It's too tight, too close. There's no. We probably just need to call it a draw and go home, Rob. Oh yeah. It's a Euro with a decent amount of theme, you know. It's yeah. Well, no, I think that's an American style game, but it's got those tasty Euro action cards. Ooh. I mean, is it? Yeah. Do people lean slightly more toward adventure or slightly more toward economy? Mm-hmm. It really is. Oh. Oh, the tickers are going crazy. Well, you know, I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay. But the people, Rob, they're on tenterhooks. It's either Gloomhaven or Terraforming Mars. Oh! Whoa! Hot damn. Wow. Amazing. Mm-hmm. Really did. Fought like a champ all the way through. It has. It has. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to explain. You know, every team's got or every game's got its high days and every game's got its low days. Terraforming Mars came out to win. Maybe Gloomhaven was they were having a long rest and they just didn't get the right combination of cards into play. I mean, it also could just be the people listening to the votes here, leaning a little more Marsward these days. Science is in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Mm. Mm. Yeah, this just in, you may be dead.
corrupted.
You just never know. Well done. Game Fight Joe! Brendan the Professor Riley. Okay.
Terraforming Mars.
That should be the end of it. Us just laughing at you saying keep giving Stingle. Okay. Stopping. Okay.
terraforming Mars. Until next time, game on you. Until next time, don't stop gaming. Until next time. Until next time, remember to treat yourself until we meet again. Remember to take Until we meet again, remember to take as I want to send just such a And we all want to... And I know all of us want to thank... And I know we all send our special thanks out to all of the expert guests and commentators who helped us along the way. And we want to send... And our extra special thanks. And our extra special thanks goes to all the guest commentators who joined us along the way. And extra special thanks to all the expert guest commentators who joined us along the way.